So yeah, we are almost underway. Again, it is for ManaSurge to Spectral's 5. It is a first to 8. For ManaSurge, they are out Warrior, they are out Druid, Priest, and Paladin, and they are fielding Wensushi up with his Rogue. And for the Spectral side, they are out their Hunter, their Druid, and their Warlock. So they still have a number of options coming into this next game. So again, it is a first to 8. Spectral has 3 games to win still, and ManaSurge still has four games ahead of them, with Wensushi having 1 life left to play.
That's right, that's right. So I think now is going to be the time to announce the player from Spectral. Spectral is still 1 point up. It's a 4 versus 5 situation here, and we have Wensushi up against Yamafuda. So yes, that is a legendary player. He is here. He has joined Spectral to fulfill the lineup there very nicely. And the most important thing to know about Yamafuda is that his most notable finish is top 8 in EHL Cycle 1, EHL Season 1 Cycle 1 of course. And he is a very strong player. He is in fact one of the few Singaporeans to reach Legend in first test season over the first 10 days of test season of official Season 1.
Something we all strive to.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there's people like Babael who 30 days, nowhere near at all, and feeling very salty about that, of course. So yep, we have the first game, and I'm just waiting for some confirmation on Yamafuda's side. Yep, the game is going to start right now as we speak. So Sushi again going to be using the Rogue. It's a little bit interesting to see that Yamafuda doesn't really have a niche class. And I'm excited to see what he's going to bring to the table right now.
Very exciting. So I hope that Wensushi plays the Miracle Malygos, because, you know, I can't get enough of that deck. It is pretty awesome when you manage to get Malygos down and start, you know, doing damage as a rogue. So not often that a rogue gets spells on their side, but he can be the Khaleesi, and Valeera can be Khaleesi and have the dragons at her disposal. So let's see. That was lame, I know.
No, that's very good. That's very good. It's very nice. Very nice. Very nice touch there. I saw what you did there. Very nice. Like it a lot. Okay, in case you guys are wondering, bottom board gonna be Wensushi from ManaSurge, and Spectral will have Yamafuda at top half. His connection is not bad. It's just not very smooth. I kind of prefer the one coming out from Wensushi. And you know, being a streamer, sometimes if the pixels kind of lag for 0.5 seconds, it just gets on my nerves so much. So. Yeah, that being said, I'm actually looking at Yamafuda's screen. I believe you don't have access to that. He's actually having a Lawwalker Cho.
So when Sushi thinking about his mulligan, he has Earthen Ring Farseer in his hand, Loot Hoarder, and Edwin Van Cleef. So it looks like he has chosen this opener, so it's a pretty good opening, and he will have an option to play Edwin Van Cleef if he gets some of his crucial spells. So let's see. He is going to go first, and we'll probably just pass into Yamafuda. So what's it looking like from the hand of Yamafuda?
Oh, he's got a Fairy Winax, Harrison Jones, that belongs to the museum, Lawwalker Cho. This is not a control warrior that I'm familiar with. Normally you have control warrior in the aspect of very crazy stuff, good stuff like Gromma Shell Scream, Baron Geddon, Ysera, Alexstrasza.
He wants a piece of that preparation. He wants a piece of that Sinister Strike. So this looks like a deck that is specifically tuned to fight against Malygos Miracle. So
yeah,
let's see.
It feels like a hard counter.
Yeah, hard counter. So Harrison Jones. Let's see how many weapons you can put in the museum. And okay, so Wensushi's connection is slowing down a little bit for me.
Oh, it's great here. No worries.
Okay,
no
right, there we go. Yep.
Yeah, so for War X, gonna pick up the Loot Hoarder first, and we have the Earthen Ring Farseer coming out here as well. Eviscerate, the next card that he draws, is gonna use a little bit of the dagger and poke a little bit on Lawwalker. A little bit sad to see Lawwalker Cho is not able to deal any damage, so he's basically sitting duck, getting poked by daggers all year round.
He is a big target. Look at the size of that belly. So.
Oh yeah, come on.
I know how that feels. You know.
That's it. We have a shield block coming in here. Good cut draw. A mechanic that's included in Yamafuda's deck. So he picks up a Gromma Shell Scream. So it is still a control warrior, or some variation of that. But with Harrison Joe and Lawwalker Cho, I'm keen to see how this is actually going to turn out. And Malygos pick up here for Wensushi.
So why Yamafuda is choosing to play Lore Walker Cho is very interesting because that means Wensushi can't use any of his spells to remove it. So at 0-4, that's still a pretty big beast to take down, especially if he gets buffed in some way. Maybe Yamafuda is packing some secret, I don't know, Defender of Argus. So if Wensushi chooses to play not to play any spells at the cost of giving a copy to Yamafuda, so that is a very interesting opening play for Yamafuda because now Lore Walker Cho on board, he can't play Wensushi can't play any of the spells for removal because that would give Yamafuda a copy. So very, very interesting opening. I really like this opening actually.
Yeah. But it's actually a bit of a misplay here from Yamafuda's side. He actually sent the shield block into the hand of Wensushi. And that is not really good for him at all. So that said, Wensushi, on top of all the cut draw mechanic that he has got one extra cut draw mechanic that gives him extra 5 armor. And if it's tagged nicely with Geshisan Auctioneer, draws 2 cards. So yeah, it's stuff like that you want to be very careful about because you play Lore Walker Cho, you generally want to just fill the board with a lot of minion, but he decided to go for the cut draw mechanic there in the previous turn, and he might actually pay a heavy price for that.
That's a little lapse in judgment, probably because he's not used to playing with Lore Walker Cho. He thinks that all the spells are coming to him, and then he forgets that he's using a spell himself, so that might have been a little bit of a mental lapse. So now, Lore Walker Cho gets a weapon of his own, wraps his scroll into a nice tight little weapon, and let's see, he might be slapping Valera around with that little scroll of his.
Yeah, exactly. I like how this actually makes the job a lot tougher for Wensushi, but he does have Deadly Poison, and now he sends Deadly Poison into the hand of Yamafuda, but he is going to be able to pick off the irritating Lore Walker Cho. Do note, the good news about Lore Walker Cho is that there's only one copy of him in any deck at all because he's a legendary. And now Wensushi is going to have to take a lot of time to think about what he wants to do here. Of course, the Deadly Poison is going to be a lot more effective if it is on something that resembles a Gorhao. That's a 7 that's a 7-1 plus 2 damage, 9-1. It can go on and on 2 more times. It's just crazy shit there.
That's right. So Wensushi does choose to play an early a mid-range Van Cleef at 6/6. So let's see how Yamafuda chooses to deal with it. Well, what's the removal like on his side of the board?
He's got Execute, he's got Whirlwind, which is gonna do jack. He also has got Cruel Taskmaster, so he can Harrison Jones the weapon in hand first, and effectively draw 1 card. Although it's not very effective, but still it is a 3/1 dagger, and Deadly Poison has already been used on that weapon there.
So I think
okay.
I have a feeling he might be saving Harrison Jones for when Wensushi has 2 charges. So just so he gets that extra card, and 3 damage isn't really going to do much at this point. Oh, but instead he chooses to go with your play with Harrison Jones coming down and putting that dagger into a museum.
Yeah, he does, and that's good. He draws card, shield block again. Well, Wensushi playing very greedily here. He wants to get Geshisan Auctioneer into the shield block with preparation. That's 2 extra card plus 1, 3 card and 5 armor to nerf a turn of the Harrison Jones. But the bad news is that he doesn't have any way to protect the Geshisan Auctioneer, and I think he is just gonna shift right now. Man, he could shift next turn, which is gonna be a lot more effective, but he is still gonna do just that this turn. Shield block, he's thinking about it. Doesn't really have an option right now. It's just gonna go for face and turn.
Yeah, he's probably thinking about it because Harrison Jones, despite being played for the card value, it is still a 5/4. That's still a pretty big beast to have on the board. So he's probably thinking about that shield block just to protect himself a little bit more because he is 25 to Yamafuda's almost perfect 30 effective health. So let's see what Yamafuda plays with. It's a little bit slow on my side, sorry.
Yeah, he might be playing a shield block again. He's thinking about it. There's also a Raging Worgen in his hand, but well, it's just not perfect synergy right now for him, which is still fine. He can actually really beef up his Harrison Jones with Cruel Taskmaster, but generally you want to save that for the Raging Worgen. And now I think that he is just taking his time to decide what he wants to do, and they're counting the possible permutations of Wensushi's hand.
And of course, let's not forget that I just want to point out that Yamafuda is playing with the legendary card back. Very, very nice. Looks like burnt toast. Of course, I'm going to relate it back to food, so, shout outs to food.
Yep, shield block, there we go. Picks up a Ragnaros, okay. And I think he might play Acolyte of Pain here, or Raging Worgen, both of which are pretty good. I'm no doubt for sure he's going to go for face against Valyria here. If he does Cruel Taskmaster, he has Harrison Jones. He can effectively deal 7 damage in 1 turn, but that's about it. And he will die next turn to the Earthring Fasir. So he might actually go for the Earthring Fasir. What do you think is a better play?
I think... I'm not too sure, actually. Given that... I think I want to keep the board control. Just make sure that Wensushi doesn't have any options. So I think I would take out the Farseer myself.
Pretty good stuff. If he takes out the Farseer here, he will die to Shift next turn.
That's right. Yeah. I think that's a risk he's willing to take because he does have... He will still have board control with the Acolyte. And he still will have a little bit of...
Oh my god. Maligo Sinister Strike. Do you see that? Double Sinister Strike. Yep, okay. Gadgets on, Shift, Preparation. Okay, yep, whatever. Let's go. do your thing, man, Wensushi.
Do the hunter, do the rogue thing. Take 2 minutes to play out the turn.
Oh, he might just shift here. Okay, draws into a Zoo Drake. That's not really gonna do jack. Backstab is fantastic, but does he want to do backstab?
Yeah, you generally don't want to ping Acolyte of Pain just because it's gonna get crazy card draw. So it looks like he's gonna choose to play safely and play his dagger against Yamafuda, and next turn we're gonna see some nice Malygos action.
Yeah, well, just saying, if the Zoo Drake gets played next turn and it survives, you can see Malygos Sinister Strike combo dealing way over the chart damage, man. That's like 6 plus 3, 9 damage of a 1 cost spell, and he draws a card for that. So he's gonna slam, not his own minion, but the Gadget Son. And Whirlwind draws 1 card, running the 1/2 into the 4/1. Is he? Or is he not gonna do that? Okay, he does have double Cruel Taskmaster, so he is thinking if he should Cruel Taskmaster the 4/1, which I feel is pretty okay.
Yep, try to get as much card draw as possible from an Acolyte of Pain, never a bad idea.
Yeah, but sometimes you just don't be too greedy, so he's just gonna go and kill off his own Acolyte.
Yep, so what is Yamafuda looking to play next? Okay, he chooses to play the Raging Worgen and the Money Berserker.
Yep, good stuff there. Of which both can get really angry next turn, I have to say this. Zoo Drake's gonna come out quickly. SI Agent is a pretty good counter, but it's not enough to pick off the 2/3 there. He needs to backstab it first to pick it off very nicely. The bad news is they cannot draw anything of that sort, so it's gonna kill the Worgen because Worgen has got a lot more value there. And oh, sorry, actually it is enough to pick it off because of the extra spell damage on the field there. The Zoo Drake gets +1 spell there. Hello? Katips? Hello? Did I just lose him? I think he just quit on me. Yeah, I think yep, I lost him. So he is gonna try and reconnect as much as possible. Meanwhile, you can see this standard Skype interruption. And so yeah, that was a little bit of an unexpected turn of events there. He's gonna try and reconnect as much as possible.
Sorry about that. For some reason, my Skype went offline, so I'm back. I'm just coming back.
So what happened there was very nice backstab dealing 3 damage and going for the Loot Hoarder instead of the SI Agent.
Okay. So I'm just trying to come back into the game now.
Yeah, take your time. Let me talk about Yamafuda first. He's got the Cruel Taskmaster, but he's not going to use it on his own 2/3 there. He's going to pick off the Loot Hoarder, trying to kill the dragon there with the Argent Commander and dealing 2 damage to the face of the rogue here. They're playing very safe. Yamafuda knows what's up here. He's not going to give the extra 1 magic burst there for Wensushi.
Okay, I am back in the game. So now Wensushi, let's see. Does he choose to play Malygos now and try and let Yamafuda react? he will have 8 damage on the board to deal with Malygos almost immediately. So I have a feeling he's gonna be playing Gadgets and Auctioneer and try to get rid of all of these creatures on board. There are just three health maximum off of these. So it's technically I think he might have a chance to, if he can. He's used one deadly poison, right? Has he used a second deadly poison?
No, just one.
Okay, so he might have a chance if he backstabs something and he can get a draw off of it. He does have a very thin deck left, so
He's used preparation already. He's gonna go for Shoe Block and picks up Eviscerate, which is okay.
Yep.
And a Blade Flurry as well.
So he chooses to. Okay. Oh, he could have backstabbed the Mani Berserker and gone into Blade Flurry. Oh, sorry. No, that wasn't the correct play.
Fan of Knives?
So,
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Eviscerate down to the DM 2-3. Yeah, I think it's fine here. He gets one extra card.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should go for that. And Shift as well. So pretty good stuff here.
Yep. So Wensushi taking control of the board again. He is back up to 28 effective health. Yamafuda is at 31 effective health, and Wensushi does have a 3/3 and a 4/4 on the board. One of which is the engine for his Miracle Malygos, and he does have a number of spells in his hand, so if he chooses to start playing spells next turn, he's going to get some good value out of it. So Yamafuda chooses to play Grommash, and let's see how he chooses to power it.
Yeah, he's gonna kill off the Gadget Sun Auctioneer, which is a very smart play because that would be the second Gadget Sun that is dead. And now Wensushi is gonna try and put up a bit of a dagger. He's gonna shift for one card. Yeah, but the thing is, he doesn't want to take 10 damage. I'm afraid he doesn't have a choice here, unless he daily poison into a Blade Flurry, which is going to be a bit of a waste.
Yeah, that is a pretty big waste. So look at the size of his deck. His deck is probably just about 5 or 6, 3 to 5 cards
if only
left.
the Gadget Sun didn't die there.
Yeah, that would have been. Malygos is stuck in his hand. That 9 health is a little.
Big game answer.
Lucky tech on the side of Wensushi, top decking from his shivs a big game hunter to take down Grommash. Oh, that is very fortunate for him, especially given the size of his deck. It's not very many cards left.
Yep, he does have less than 8 cards, I believe. And now it's up to Yamafuda's turn again. What's he gonna play?
Let's see. What are the options in the hand of Yamafuda at the moment?
Well, he does have a Ragnaros, a very interesting Acidic Swamp Ooze, Deadly Poison, as well as a Crow Taskmaster.
So he can probably afford, maybe, I don't know, maybe he can swing for the Big Game Hunter and then Ragnaros? I think that's a...
Yeah, he can swing.
He must have realized that Wensushi has played a lot of his removals and will be costing himself a lot to get rid of something like a Ragnaros, so it might be enough for Wensushi to just, go all in and try and deal with Ragnaros. And Wensushi can't really play Malygos effectively because at 9 mana he won't be able to he won't have many options after that to follow up with something to combo off of the spell damage. So my play would be to attack Big Game Hunter with a Fiery Winx, and I would play Ragnaros just because it's Ragnaros.
Yep, there is no more Big Game Hunter to counter the Ragnaros.
Yep.
It would be pretty good to play that.
Unless Wensushi is playing, secret deck tech with 2 Big Game Hunters, expecting something like this, specifically from a Control Warrior, but very highly unlikely.
Yep. Now, it seems like both players are kind of stuck in a bit of a stalemate.
So...
Might be a bit of a disconnection problem again, but this time around, not sure whose fault it is. We wait for the system to decide.
Yep.
On Yamafuda's side, everything looks crisp and clear. Same goes for Wensushi.
Wensushi is Not moving from me.
Yep, Wensushi ended turn already, so
Yeah.
the effect didn't display. We say the big game hunter. Yes.
So
Okay,
this is the moment where we beg Blizzard again for tournament mode. So or for spectator mode and tournament
yeah, no,
mode.
here's where we pray, you know? Just pray for the connection to smoothen out.
Yeah, so sorry for the freeze at the moment. We are checking to see if Yamafuda has indeed disconnected. His teammates say that there might be a disconnection on his side, but we're letting the system play it out and see if it allows a reconnect.
Yeah, exactly. Here's where we pray. There's nothing much we can do here. Completely powerless. It's not the stream, it's not the players, in fact. It could be the server.
Yeah.
And it looks like they
So-
need more maintenance, man.
Yeah. So please bear with us as we try and, hold our hands, say a little prayer, sing a little song, and let hopefully the connection stays and we can finish this game. Would be kind of sucky at the end of this game to have a disconnect and not be able to recover. But fingers crossed.
Yeah. Well, at least we get to appreciate the 5-side cutback coming up from Yamafuda's side, and
the buttered toast on the upper the upper side on
it's a
Yamafuda's
legend
side.
cutback, man. You gotta have to give credit to that.
I'm excited about the Black Temple one for season 2. That's a
Oh.
pretty sweet looking card.
Yeah. Oh wow. Actually, they did communicate it there. The pleasure is mine.
So Wensushi looks like he's still connected. We're not getting any feedback on the side of Yamafuda. So
Yeah.
Wensushi did end his turn.
He did end his turn.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm-
okay.
Checking back on the stream and there's still a few turns behind. So
I don't know if anybody knows of any quick fix. You can always put it on the stream chat, and we'll see your comment in 5 minutes time, of course.
yeah. That's right. So again, if you're just joining us, we have standoff number 2, ManaSurge versus Spectral. The score is 4-5 in the favor of Spectral. They are playing their Control Warrior versus Wensushi's Rogue. He is down to his last life. Wensushi. So we are going for a first to 8. So Spectral has 3 games to go and ManaSurge has 4 games to go to complete the set for this evening. So thank you for joining us and thank you for bearing with us during these technical difficulties. We're trying our best to keep it alive, and unfortunately it doesn't seem like it's the side of the players. We might have just gotten into an unfortunate bit of lag on the server because the players seem to be okay and their streams are okay. So unfortunately we are just waiting for the game to recover, and it's been a little bit, but nobody's been disconnected, so we're not exactly sure ourselves what's going on. So thank you for bearing with us. Also, believe me, we're just as anxious to see this game continue as everybody else. So.
What we can do here is, since it's a show match, we can start a regame without any advantage. Okay. But we'll see what the players are gonna say.
Yeah, that is an option, of course. So the players now are discussing what they would like to do. So if this doesn't look like it's recovering, we might just go into a rematch. They may have gotten a disconnection server side, so looks like the stream has caught up as well. They're seeing Big Game Hunter in the end of Wensushi's turn, so we are just waiting for confirmation from the players. So again, thank you for joining us in this standoff number 2 presented by Epic Gaming Television. We are proud to bring you Hearthstone action as regularly as we can. Thank you for showing your support for the EHL in the past 2 weeks. Thank you for showing your support for Battlestone, the weekly tournament by EHL and Hearthstone Alley. And thank you for joining us this evening on this warm Friday night. I don't know how it is in Singapore, JF, but it's pretty warm here in the Philippines.
Yeah, it's pretty cool here. We just had rain over here in the area that I stay, and
that is pretty rare that Singapore is actually cooler than Manila. It's not.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not. It's not an often thing, but
that's not often. It's not supposed to happen here.
When it gets hot for us, man, it gets hot.
Yeah.
So again,
there is a bit of a forced reconnection here on the side of Wensushi, because they did decide to pull the plug. Seeing how it's a bit of a stalemate there. I do believe that nothing changed.
So let's see if Yamafuda can move it. It is his turn.
Well, it is after all a very healthy show match, and both sides are very keen to win this one, of course, and we'll see how it's gonna turn out. But I'm excited. It is. Even if this is gonna be a rematch, I think it will still be a very good game. Just to be sure to let you guys know, it is a very crazy situation here.
Yep. So both players are connected. It's just that they can't do anything with or to each other. So it looks like they got disconnected server side and not locally. So we're trying to. They've tried to reconnect, and let's see if they can recover the game. But at the moment, it is still Yamafuda's turn, and nothing is still happening. So I can see when Sushi can look at the cards in his hand, and he is connected.
Oh, he is reconnecting as well for Yamafuda. Maybe, just maybe, we have a chance here.
Oh, please.
Oh yeah, he sees the big game, and it is his turn, so maybe we can resume.
Haha! I see an attack! I see attack animation from Yamafuda, so it looks like we are picking up where we left off. So, going back from 5 minutes earlier, I was predicting that Yamafuda's play, a good play would be to Fiery War Axe the Big Game Hunter and then play Ragnaros. So he might be thinking about that decision now, so I can see the nice big red...
The game is lagging like hell now, man. For both sides, the game is just like, what's happening? This is not supposed to continue, but yep, you're right. The Ragnaros is coming out here. And we have Sap as well. Wow, Maligos! He says, enough is enough, Daily Poison, Preparation, Blade Flurry, and it's just gonna enter. Wow, 8 damage! Wow!
Oh my god.
I forgot Blade Flurry stacks so well with Maligos. You gotta be kidding me, man. That's 3 plus 5, 8 holy cow damage in all cow
Oh my gosh,
form.
that value.
Oh
So,
god. The patience paid
Yamafuda
off.
probably wasn't counting on that, but my goodness, 412 on the board, and he does have a lot of spells in his hand. He does have Blade Flurry. He does have a Sap to deal with any other large creatures that Yamafuda might be putting down.
He's gonna do another Blade Flurry. Azure Drake as well. Does he need Azure Drake? That's the question here. Well, 8, 16. It's still not enough to win. Is it 16 plus? Yes, it is enough to win this game. He already won it. Double Sinister Strike there. And my god, Yamafuda down by 1 game. It seems like the ManaSurge comeback is true and real. So the winner of this game here is going to be Wensushi. Oh my god. He got this in the back and reconnected nicely, and he won.
I'm a little bit lost for words for that one. That's a pretty awesome end of the game. He got exactly what he needed at exactly the right time. So Yamafuda was going for the all-in with the dropping the Ragnaros. That was a pretty, it was a pretty obvious play, but he was not expecting a Blade Flurry for 8. So that was pretty sick.
Come on, you gotta be kidding me. The Blade Flurry for 8? You just chopped down Ragnaros' head like that? Come on.
Oh man, just swung your dagger around. Bye-bye Ragnaros. And wow, Wensushi proving again that he is the Miracle Rogue, taking that game right at the end when he had almost no cards left in his deck. So we are now tied, ManaSurge 5 to Spectral's 5, and we have 3 games remaining to decide standoff number 2.